Felixstowe parkrun along the promenade, which was completely flat, all on concrete, which means one thing, it is perfect for PB, except for when it's windy. So for 15-year-old me who just got their first pair of super shoes, it was a no-brainer but to take them to Felixstowe parkrun. And well, 15-year-old me would have been very happy going home that day because I ran my first ever sub 20 5k of 19 minutes 38 seconds. Good on you, Matthew. It would be quite some time until I PB again, but new year, new me, except it was already nearly halfway through the year. Just like before, same shoe, same parkrun, but this time round I had a buzz car. Maybe I was that ever so slightly aerodynamic. I would run a 10-second PB of 19 minutes 28 seconds. When the PBs start coming, they don't stop coming, because 2 weeks later I would be back at Felixstowe parkrun to run a new PB of 19 minutes and 1 second. And being 1 second off sub 19, well, that kinda hurt. Ah yes, the Allen Brown 10k, one of the most flattest courses in Suffolk and perfect for a 10k PB. You may be wondering, but hang on a second, this is a 5k PB video, not a 10k PB video. Well, let me explain. Well, I had ran one 10k before this day in a time of 40 minutes and 50 seconds, and well, if I thought that was fast, well, you ain't seen nothing yet. I went and ran what was probably the best run of my life, because I ran a 3-minute 10k PB of 37 minutes 21 seconds. This PB was so impressive that during the 10k I accidentally ran a 5k PB by 34 seconds of 18 minutes 27 seconds. And that is why the 10k race made this video. Now here's the thing about running a 5k PB during a 10k PB, you definitely should be able to improve upon that 5k time. If it was a 5k PB I wanted, it was a 5k PB I was gonna get. Golston Cliffs parkrun, similar to the Felixstowe parkrun, it's along the promenade, completely flat and all on concrete, perfect for PB. And just look at that smile, you know I just ran a PB a time of 18 minutes 15 seconds. One summer holiday later, and it was the A14 Derby, a race which consists of these clubs, and as it is held on the track, it is the perfect opportunity for PB. As this race was on the track, it gave me the opportunity to negative split it. Running a negative split basically means you run faster in the second half than you do in the first half. It means you have more work to do in the second half, but you're less likely to burn out in doing so. And I'm pretty sure I picked the right tactic because I could not stop overtaking. I overtook, but the main goal wasn't my position but the time. And I ran a time of 18 minutes 6 seconds, which I was delighted with. It took me quite some time to consolidate my PB, but a new year meant a new PB. Back at Felixstowe parkrun, for the first time I'd break sub 18 with a time of 17 minutes 45 seconds. And when the PBs start coming, they don't stop coming, because exactly 1 month later at Felixstowe parkrun I'd run another PB of 17 minutes 20 seconds. At the start of the year my PB was just over 18 minutes, but now the dream of going sub 17, well, it no longer looked like such a big dream. Well Matthew, if you thought running a sub 17 5k would be easy, you ain't seen nothing yet. The Ipswich Twilight 5k, a race which I had never done before, but I was eagerly encouraged by my friends that this was a fast and flat course. For the Twilight 5k, you are assigned into a heat based on the time which you predict to finish in. I myself ticked the box for the over 17-minute race, which shows how, in reality, I was not really considering going sub 17 at this point. Anything that was a PB, I would have been delighted with. My friends were right in saying this was a fast and flat course, and also the fact that it was on concrete made it the perfect course for a PB. And the PB is exactly what I got, with a time of 17 minutes and 7 seconds. However, going in one direction of the course, it was extremely windy. I must have lost at least 20 seconds in the wind, so therefore if it was perfect conditions I could have most certainly gone sub 17 this day. And from this day onwards, any 5k which was going flat out, the goal would be to go sub 17 minutes. Ah yes, the A14 Derby back on the track and the perfect opportunity for a 5k PB. The same track, the same clubs, and well, if you zoom in a little bit, would you look at that? I was the coolest boy in the track because look at those sunglasses. And wait, hang on, would you look at that? I'm trying to stick with my brother. There is one thing which you need to know about me and my brother. He probably is, he definitely is a lot faster than what I am. And well, trying to stick to a 15-minute 5k runner like glue is never a good idea. In all fairness to me, I was sticking quite well to my brother for the first half, but come the second half of the race, I was most certainly paying for letting my hubris get the better of me. This mistake combined with how warm of a day this was led to me to gradually slow down. However, I still gave it everything I could, and as you can see by this finishing photo, I was on the ground knackered. Due to my poor pacing, I ran a disappointing time of 17 minutes 18 seconds. The return leg of the A14 Derby, this time at the Bury track. Now you would have thought I had learnt my lesson not to go off too fast, but this time round that would be out of my control. On the start line I messed my watch up, resulting in me not knowing my pace and becoming a bit nervous of this. This led me to go out slightly too fast on the first lap. However, after this my pace generally wasn't too bad. However, my unsettled start led to me feeling that I had a lack of rhythm, resulting in me to slow down quite a bit on the last few laps. I came across the line to surprise myself with a PB of 17 minutes 2 seconds. Being 2 seconds just off that magical sub 17, I felt I could have gave it a little bit more to officially break the milestone. However, one half marathon later and I still haven't broken that gosh darn sub 17 5k. This brings us to the present day where I knew something was going to have to change if I wanted to run those few seconds faster. So with that being said, let me introduce you to my £285 friends. This right here is the Nike Alpha Fly 3, a shoe which I wore at the Ipswich Half Marathon where I ran a time of 1 hour 17 minutes. This shoe is therefore deadly. With 2 air zoom pockets at the front and Zoom X foam in the midsole, this shoe will propel you forwards and make you run that extra few seconds faster. Therefore the Alpha Fly 3 will be the perfect option for me to run in today. What does a runner eat for breakfast before attempting to go for a sub 17 5k? Well, first of all, we've got honey mixed with water here because this will give us a quick release of energy. And secondly, we've got some porridge, and very similarly, this will give us energy throughout the run. You may be wondering, Matthew, where are you going to go for your 5k PB attempt today? Well, I'm going to tell you now, we're going to go back to somewhere which I am all too familiar with, and that is Felixstowe parkrun. The beauty of parkrun is that you can go there any week, which means I can basically give the 5k PB a go any week. But nevertheless, we're going to give it everything I've got this morning. So here we are, we have made it to the Felixstowe promenade, and well, to be honest with you, the conditions, it's a bit mixed. There was a bit of rain overnight, but it's not raining now, which is good. But for the conditions, the temperature, I would say that's perfect. It's not too warm, it's not too cold, it's ideal running conditions. But the thing for concern is the wind, because there definitely is a bit of wind, but we've done it before at the Ipswich Twilight 5k, so we've got to try and stay positive. But going out at the start for the first kilometre we're going to be in the wind, and then we'll come back along the promenade, which will have less wind, and then in the final kilometre, that's when we will be back in the wind. So I think the tactic is to try and do a positive split, because that's what I did at the Ipswich Twilight 5k when it was windy and I got a PB then. So yeah, the tactic is to go out hard and in that final kilometre in the wind, try and hang on. Alright guys, so we have the Alpha Flies on. It's about 20 minutes to go, so we are going to have an energy gel now.
Well done, Jaffa. Let's work with each other. Work with each other.
Well done, Jaffa. Work together.
Come on, Matthew, sprint finish. Push, push. Come on, Matthew, sprint finish. Go on, lads. Keep it up. Go on,
Well done, Matthew, all the way to the line now.
Alright guys, so the park run is officially over, and as you can see by my hair, it was a lot more windier than I expected. At the start I could feel it, but in that final kilometre coming back towards the pier, it was absolutely insane how windy that was, and it was about trying to stick in because I was most certainly on for PB pace. Having saying that, we were just a few seconds off. On my watch at the time of 17:04, which means when the official time does come in, I will most certainly be just over 17 minutes, which is a bit gutting, but that wind, it lose all your rhythm and start hanging in there, and it is so hard to run in that wind. But 17:04 for this course today with that wind, I will most certainly take, because I paced it well. Apart from that, there's nothing you can really do about the wind, but it does show you I most certainly do have the potential to go sub 17, so this journey is not over just yet.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so we are back home now, and the official result is in 17 minutes and 3 seconds, and well, that isn't quite the sub 17 which we wanted, but nevertheless it is still a 17-second parkrun PB, and also just 1 second off the official 5k PB. Despite not getting the time which I wanted, I'm still very happy with my effort today, because I feel I was forced into only one tactic, and that was the positive split, because we had to utilise when the wind was behind us and get any speed we can, and then in the wind, in the final kilometre, it was about hanging on for dear life. And as you can see from the splits, I did exactly that, and I feel today the tactic which I did, it went out as perfectly as it could, and I don't think I could have gone any faster in those conditions. For the majority of the park run, it was me and another guy, one of my friends from Jaffa, and well, basically we were together for the entirety of the park run, and I feel in those conditions it is really beneficial having someone with you to push you on, because I can tell you now, I would have been nowhere near 17 minutes if I didn't have someone with me today. But yeah, I don't think the conditions are really meant to be today, because there was also a lot of shingle in the first kilometre which I had to run on, which took a few seconds away, and also the wind in that final kilometre, it was crazy. We lost a lot of time, and well, if the conditions, if they were better, I definitely could go sub 17. But I feel the one thing which I can take away today is a lot of confidence, because I most certainly do have a sub 17 5k in me. And well, the beauty of parkrun is that it is every single weekend, so I can give it another go whenever I fancied it. So having saying that, the sub 17 journey will not be ending here, and I will definitely be giving it another go in the near future. So if you guys are looking forward to seeing that video, please do consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. And with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.